Moving on to system software, this is Chapter 4, Visible Windows. Microsoft entered the operating system market in the early 1980s with MS-DOS, that is Microsoft Disk Operating System. The earliest Windows versions were simply a graphical overlay of the DOS command line or the command prompt. Windows 3.1 in 1992 was no longer an overlay, and it was the first really popular version of Windows. Windows 98, Windows XP, Windows 7 were also stable and popular versions. It seems to skip a generation, giving me hope for Windows 10. FAT, F-A-T, was the file system in Windows 98, or up to Windows 98. NTFS was introduced with Windows NT. XP Pro allowed you to log into domains. XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8 all came in 64-bit versions, but with XP was not backwards compatible with the 32-bit version, so you had to buy all new software. They fixed that later. Every version of Windows supports some type of multiple users on the same computer. In the later versions, of course, that is domain users on multiple computers as well. The primary interface in Windows is the desktop. Important items on the desktop start with the taskbar, usually at the bottom of the screen, unless you're in Windows 8. And even on the desktop, there is a taskbar in Windows 8. The Start button, which is on the left bottom most of the time, unless you change it, except in Windows 8. There's the Quick Launch toolbar right next to the Start button. There is the notification area. That is the area with the clock and sometimes the date and any programs in memory, or I guess any services in memory. Programs are on the taskbar. And on the extreme right in at least Windows 7 and Vista, you can get to the desktop by pressing that area. You get access to your drives, folders, and files using My Computer or Computer in Windows, or the small file folder on the taskbar once you go to your desktop in Windows 8. Windows Explorer, not Internet Explorer, Windows Explorer is the tool for exploring or managing files. The Recycle bin is where deleted files are stored. They are not truly deleted until you empty the recycle bin. For this reason, some strange people use it as a storage location. There are shortcut keys in Windows. There are many handy key combinations. For instance, with Windows and pause or break, you usually get to the system menu. With the Windows button and L, you can lock your screen where you have to log back in, such as when you get up and leave your computer and don't want it completely open. There's also Control C, which is a break, a Control V, which is insert. Control C is copy. Control V is insert. Control Alt backspace. Control Shift escape. Many of these are on this page. Give it a shot. The root or system root is the name given to the folder where the operating system is stored. In Windows, this is generally C:\\Windows. Most programs store all of their essential files in a folder called Program Files. There are two of these. Program Files x86 is 32-bit programs. Program Files is currently in a 64-bit version of the program, or in operating system is the 64-bit version programs. Personal documents are usually stored in the users folder in a subfolder called Documents, or in a series of subfolders, Documents, Pictures, Videos, etc. Windows does offer many tools to allow a tech to configure, optimize, tweak, install, and more, including the control panels. A control panel handles upgrade, maintenance, and configuration, many different areas. Device Manager allows you to examine and configure computer hardware and drivers. The System Tools folder gives you access to utilities such as disk cleanup and disk defragmenter. You can also get to this through the Properties dialog box. The Command Line Interface, or the Command Prompt, which looks a lot like the old DOS, Disk Operating System, gives you access to command line commands, some of which are not available anywhere else. MMC, which is the Microsoft Management Console, is a shell that allows you to snap in individual utilities, called snap-ins. Some of the control panels, for instance, what is it called in Windows 8? Basically, computer management MMC is already filled in for you with many of the snap-ins that you will use on a regular basis, including disk management, local users and groups, device manager, other things that you'd use on a day-by-day basis. Administrative tools in the control panel is a collection of pre-configured Microsoft Management Console snap-ins to help administrators. That's what it's called, administrative tools. You also have, on the bottom bar, an Action Center. The Action Center allows you to see at a glance what issues need to be addressed on a PC. Current iteration is a flag with the little red notices if there's a security issue, or yellow notices if there's sort of a minor security issue. When you click on that flag, it brings up this screen. It is the Action Center, and it gives you some help toward knowing what needs to happen on that computer to fix the issue. And as always, remember to keep calm and document everything.